Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Octoman, and this is more or less a let's play for the new browser game called Quepland. So, what's Quepland? Quepland is a text based adventure game which has some semi idle, parts inside of it. What's interesting about that is since you can invest money as well as you have to, like chop wood, you need to gather different items, you need to hunt and fight and stuff like that. And meanwhile, you're doing all of that, you're gonna increase your value. You're able to hire gnomes or even get dwarfs to help you take your stuff you have gathered back into the base, like into your bank. And all of that is going to be rather interesting as well as the developer to do about. Also, we have the skills and inventory part over here. Currently, it is set up so that nothing is fancy, and we're gonna have an overview of what our current skills are going to be. Also, we once again have the bank, which we can sort by different things over there, as well as when we are going into the settings part over here, we have the possibility to toggle some split view and on and off, as well as doing some kind of compact bank view all over the place. Also, we can generate save files whenever we are done with stuff and when the autosave is not working completely, because sometimes it can be picky. So maybe when you made some process, you might want to go and generate a save file which contains a lot of numbers. Just copy that, bring it into a text file, and then store it onto your desktop or wherever you like to, as well as just make use of it later on, just in case the saving and loading does not work. So with these settings out of the way, you might want to go and toggle split view on and off so you always see what you're gonna have in your inventory. So what are the free spaces over here? What is the HP or your current HP whenever you're going into fights, as well as what are the currently items, what do you get as a drop, and so on and so forth. Also, you might want to think about toggling the compact view for the bank view on and off as well. So whenever you are in the bank, this is going to be the normal one, but when you go to the settings over here and you switch to the compact bank view, then you can see all of that is rather organized, rather small. The descriptions are gone and all the other stuff. So nothing fancy with that stuff here as well, and maybe helps you to organize your bank later on as well. So I'm gonna take my axe out of that, and also what you can see, it has a damage, it has a gather efficiency of 10%. So we can now equip it, so it's going to be like this blue one. We can also, of course, put it back into the bank. So when we are now heading to Quepland Fields, we are able to chop pine wood, and we're gonna make use of this. And of course, what we get in return is per, let's say, second, we're gonna get this white pine logs. And we can do this until our inventory is basically full and we have that into we can store this into the bank, or we can sell this one. Hi DB17, this is a browser-based game, which is the link is going to be in the down in the description. So it is Quepland, a text-based game. So if you like something like that, of course, feel free to check it out. So this is a time-based one, so a time-based game in this case, and once we are done with that, we can also clear away a tree because we have now enough, let's say, experience in case of wood cutting, as well as we're gonna have the stone axe equipped over here so we can clear away the tree. What will happen is we are unlocking another stage where we are going to go into the woods. And as you can see over here, we're gonna get the possibility to chop poplar trees, which requires a wood cutting skill of 8. Hopefully you can see this, but it requires wood cutting of 8. So currently I'm at level 3 in wood cutting, but also when I select wood cutting over here, I can see what kind of logs I can actually cut. So once again, I can at the moment cut off white pine logs, balsa, and this, by the way, is also for all the other ones like knifemanship. You can currently use the copper knife, and so on and so forth, and all of these can be trained. Next one is going to be fishing. So whenever we have a minnow net, as you can see over here, a small or even later on a magic net, which is super rare at the moment, then we can go forward and catch shrimp with that. So, and all of that is going to increase the value of yourself. So currently I have no space over here. I go to the bank and bring all my logs into the bank. This is important because at the moment we don't own any shop. Also, what we can now do is, as you can see here, we can head through north through the trees, but we need wood cutting level 25. This is going to be rather simple to hit, so no worries about that. Now we can continue along the path, and we can, for example, gather some stones, berries, and we can also talk to NPCs, which are giving you something like, do you see all these stones are very worthless? Don't waste your time. So berries can heal your HP. And stones, well, I haven't figured what we can do with stones, but probably we're gonna do this on the journey over here. And as you can see, we can also head to a village. And now, since we are in that village, we are able to go through the village, of course, as well as try to later on enter the cave and continue up the trail. At the moment, since we are able to go to Tapas, which is going to be the village, we can sell all our stuff inside the Tapas General store. So what you can see is he's also selling some things over here, like a balsa bow, a stone pickaxe, which is probably good to get later on, a carving knife, which we will use later on, as well as a minnow net. So I'm gonna purchase one of these